back to my channel, my Dark Horse gang. And if you're new, it's your favorite Southern sidekick, Lele in the building. And today we got another reading, so go ahead and get your drinkity drink, go get your snackity snack, and let's get it poppin'. So today's topic of discussion, people are saying that you're intense AF. And you've been in the process of pushing the envelope and shattering the illusions. So when I did the pre-pull energies with the cards, we do have a lot of energies of Cancer coming through, which we do have Jupiter going into Cancer currently, so that is very much prevalent. So I'm getting this energy come through that you are currently coming full circle in your life. It feels like this energy of you coming to the pinnacle of yourself and your identity and who you are. So the energies that I'm feeling with you in regards to past energies, I'm hearing that growing up, like you always kind of felt like the odd duck. There's something about your throat chakra being overly activated whenever you were a child. And so maybe you found yourself in situations where you kind of felt like you said the wrong things at the wrong time, or you felt like you were overly honest in situations. And so like maybe even your family members or something, like they would feel kind of embarrassed or felt like, don't say that, don't go there, don't be too revealing of what you're talking about. And so I am hearing this energy of a pressure to conform. And I'm saying that you've come full circle with yourself because you're finally coming back to this part of yourself that felt shame for being too honest. So we do have a lot of this like duality energy coming through. With the dice pool, we had Cancer and Capricorn energy, and then we had Gemini and Sagittarius energy. So there's something about duality within yourself. You represent the light and the shadow. And Spirit was showing me that the brightest of lights casts the heaviest shadows. The world was afraid of your honesty. I'm hearing that you came here to critique the world and be honest about the flaws that you see. I'm hearing a message of somebody coming through saying like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to place judgment upon the world? But it's not that you're actually like judging out of like spite or anger. You're calling out the elephants in the room is what's really going on here. And so for a long period of your life, I'm hearing that you kind of like place that to the back burner. Like I said, there's this energy of duality between like Cancer energy and Capricorn. Cancer does represent the vulnerability. And the thing about astrology is that our opposite signs actually carry aspects of ourselves. It represents the shadow parts of ourselves. And so when Cancer energy feels vulnerable or feels like they're under attack, a lot of times they'll suppress their emotions and they'll put up that hard exterior, which is very much reflected on that Capricorn energy of being kind of reserved and holding your energy back. And so for the past few years, I'm hearing that you've been in the shadows kind of like working on your own. You've kind of like developed this archetype of kind of Capricorn energy. I'm hearing that you know the stories that people have said about you. I'm hearing that the meek will inherit the earth, and this is what's happening with you. So for some more astrology cards, we have the Sun card, we have Pluto, okay, we have the Moon. It's crazy how much moon energy we have coming through. And we have the 12th house, which is the house of Pisces. It's also the house of the Akashic records. So you have this ancient soul is what I'm hearing. You came here to dismantle the illusions of society is what I'm hearing here. You walk the path of the shaman. And even though like we're living in modern days, your soul is very ancient and you see through the illusions of society. You came here to disrupt. And a lot like the Cancer energy, Cancer is also represented by the pearl. And so it's so beautiful, this metaphor that I'm picking up here, because we have Pluto and the moon coming through, which the moon is ruled by Cancer energy. It represents the tides of the oceans, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. And so with Pluto being here with this Cancer energy, I'm hearing it's been the friction of the past and the heartbreaks that you've been through. The pearl is only created through friction, through infection. And so as you have the baton passed down to you through your ancestry, you carry this ancient wisdom within yourself. And I'm hearing maybe you didn't have the right teachers or the guides that you needed at a young age. And so I'm hearing this energy come through of like recklessness, reckless behavior at a young age. But now you are stepping into a place of authority where you become the leader. You become the person that you needed at a young age. Because like I said, there's this energy of like this wild, untamed, kind of like Lilith energy, this wild sporadicness. And I'm hearing a message come through that you've kind of like flipped the script and now it's like you're very much more disciplined in yourself. So like I said, coming back full circle. And so it was the friction of the pains and you going into the depths of hell is what I'm hearing. The shaman goes to the depths of hell to reclaim the treasures and bring them back up to the masses. And so you carry this wisdom is what I'm hearing from the things that you've experienced. I'm hearing it's time for you to tell your story. It doesn't have to be the generic, write a book, which it could be, But this is like through an artistic expression. The reason why you're meant to be a leader and the reason why you are the one who is made for this is because you've been to those dark places. And so you have this ability to reach people where most people, it's like they can, let's say, be a preacher or a teacher, but if they've never really been there, then the message will slip. And so you have this ability to connect with people on a deeper level because you've been where they are. I'm hearing meet people where they are. That's what you came here to do. So you have this power of like being a chameleon where you're able to like walk and talk with all forms of life, whether that's animals, whether that's people of different races and culture. Because like I said, with this 12th house energy, it's definitely giving me this vibe of the Akashic records and past life. And so in many different past lives, you've been different cultures, you've been different races. And like I said, you came here to dismantle the illusions of separateness. It's like one part of yourself, you feel like you are humanitarian. And then there's this other part of yourself that feels more like a hermit, feels more misunderstood and introspective. Spirit's saying you're not just one or the other, you are both. Like I said, the light casts the heaviest shadow. That's what you do. And not everybody's meant to understand this path that you walk. But there are individuals who see you for who you truly are. Because you let people feel seen. You let people feel like they're heard and recognized. You pick up on the small details about people as well as what I'm hearing. And there's also something about your memory because Cancer energy does represent memory. It's like you're this ancient soul in the modern world is what I'm hearing. And so whenever people come into contact with you, they feel like you're something familiar. Now, like I was saying, we have a lot of Cancerian energy in this reading. And with the Oracle cards, it's crazy. So the first one we have is Dracula's Heiress, and this is about you inheriting something from your ancestral line. And so this is the time period where you walk with that conviction and truth and knowledge of this ancestral power that you carry. I'm hearing there is power in the blood. Like this card is definitely giving me the energy of the Lion King where Simba is talking to his father in the sky, Mufasa, and he's saying, remember, remember. So I'm getting a message come through about the masculine part of yourself in regards to the father line. Your father's ancestors are saying, remember who you are, remember where you come from. You're healing the bloodline through this. You came here to walk the dreams and to live the dreams that your ancestors were not able to. Now, with some more cards we got, boo, look, we have La Luna coming through. So we had the moon in the other deck, and now we have La Luna, which is the moon coming through here. Okay, you're very much in tune with the moon and the cycles. And I'm also hearing a message come through that you might be having intense dreams. And if you're not able to remember them, Spirit wants you to go ahead and start writing down. Like, first off, start off with like a journal prompt and just start writing your thoughts and your emotions and how you're feeling. And also like writing down like synchronicities that happen in your day to day. And in doing this, you're going to start remembering your dreams more. It's going to be kind of like a snowball effect, okay? So we literally have the moon moth coming through. A lot of moon Cancer energy in this reading. The moon mistress, we have chiaroscuro, and I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's about contrast artistically. So definitely the individuals I'm talking to right now, you definitely could be an artist of some sort. And just like with painting and art, just like this card's description and what it represents that contrast between the light and the shadow, the angel and the devil. It's like you had to tap into your shadow in order to realize your light. I'm hearing you are the torchbearer. You are the one who walks in the darkness with the torch and people follow that light. And if you're attracted to my videos, if you've been following us here, like you are part of the Dark Horse gang. And if you don't know what a dark horse is, it's somebody who is the most unexpected to come out on top. And even though the world like was pitted against you and you felt like nobody supported you in the darkness, you realized that the light of God, the fire within, it was always there. You were always supported. So in this card description, it's representing the Wicked Witch and Glinda, right? And so with this energy, it's like there's this energies of typecasting and you've overcome all of the typecasts that society has placed upon you. That's why I said the meek shall inherit the earth. Those who were picked last shall be first. And this is what's happening with you. So we have duality coming through. It says, do not forget about the dual nature of people. Don't lose your vigilance. And this is giving me your energy. Like I said, I was also mentioning we had Sagittarius and Gemini energy come through. So Gemini is the student while Sagittarius represents the teacher. You are both teacher and student. And so it's coming back to that moon energy that I was feeling here. The moon is representing the different phases. And so sometimes the moon is in its fullness. It's bright. It lights the way. And other times it's a new moon where it's dark and it's very shadowy. We're not really sure. This is literally what you represent. You may find yourself going through periods where you're out there and you're teaching and you're showing who you are and you're allowing the world to see you. And then there's other periods where you find yourself pulling your energy away and kind of isolating. Spirit's saying that the isolation period has a purpose. Because through your isolations and going hermit mode, you get introspective and you learn. You learn about yourself, you learn about your deep emotions, and you learn about okay, well, what did this teach me? I'm hearing Spirit say, tell your story. The transformation card says, don't be afraid of the unknown. And that's that shadow element of the moon I was feeling here. You're starting to get acquainted with your shadow part of yourself. And Spirit saying, now is the time to start working on that side hustle. Start writing your story, start doing music, start dancing. I'm hearing that one song come through. I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel no shame. You're the child and the mother. You're the sinner and the saint. And this is the thing about you that shakes the gates. You're shaking the gates this season. And it's literally got some gatekeepers pretty shook. So Spirit's saying now that you're finally embracing your voice is being activated, you're becoming successful in this. Oh my gosh, y'all. We have the Tower card coming through, clarified with the Strength card and the Page of Wands. This is what I'm saying. You might find yourself going through a lot of disruptions in your life. I'm hearing it might feel like the moment that you feel like you're getting your ish together or you're on the right track, something comes in and disrupts everything. And sometimes you might feel like you're always dang, I feel like I'm backtracking. Like I said, the disruption and the pain has a purpose. Just like the pearl that has to be created, the only way that the pearl is created is through the friction. And so it's been building your strength and your resilience. And so with the Strength card and the Page of Wands represents having that creative vision. You have this creative fire within yourself. We have the Emperor and the Six of Wands, and this is powerful AF, dude. You are finally the embodiment of the leader, of the teacher. I'm hearing that you're schooling people left and right. Your presence now, where you've come from and who you are today, literally has people humbled. That's what I'm hearing here with this Emperor and the Six of Wands. You're coming to this place in your life where you're no longer afraid of your own fire. It's like your energy is quiet on the surface, but underneath there's this raging intensity. And so now it's like you're channeling the chaos into purpose. You're channeling the chaos into strategic action is what I'm hearing. That is the path of the shaman and the alchemist. So we have the Moon card coming through. It's clarified with the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. So like I said in the beginning, you're finally coming full circle with yourself, standing in your conviction, standing in this authority and truth and knowing within yourself. It's like you're gentle on the surface to other people. People don't know what it is that you had to go through to get to where you are today. Wow, we have the Four of Wands coming through, clarified with the Knight of Cups. Spirit's saying this is your homecoming season, so affirm that down below. This is my homecoming season. You're finally feeling at home in yourself. You're finally feeling good in your skin. There's this energy of your confidence increasing now. I'm hearing when you walk into rooms, it's like you shift the energy. And like I said with this Cancer energy, the Knight of Cups is water energy like Cancer. And so I'm hearing there is strength in your vulnerability. Affirm that down below. There is strength in my vulnerability. You no longer walk on eggshells around people. You no longer hide your light and your power. And people who get intimidated by this power that you have, it's because your light is exposing their darkness. We have this contrasting energy of a chapter that you're currently exiting, okay? So you've been exiting out of the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Swords. With the Eight of Cups, I'm hearing that you went on this internal pilgrimage. You went to go find yourself, to gain clarity is what I'm hearing. And with the Nine of Swords is definitely giving me this time period that you went through of the dark night of the soul. And cut right in between these two separate energies, we have the World card. So Spirit is showing me that this chapter of feeling like you're lost, like I said with the Moon energy, whenever it's in its fullness, you can see the way, you can see where you're going. But whenever it's in the new moon phase, you can't really see anything. And although it was dark, the new moon represents a time of manifestation. It represents the void or the mother's womb. It's the darkness, and the creation is birthed through the darkness. And so these time periods where you felt like you were lost, you were actually finding yourself. Wow. Okay. So we also have the Two of Cups. So this is splitting between the world. The World card represents like you've come full circle. This is a new chapter. We're walking into the season of the Fool, the new beginning. And in this new start, this new beginning, the things that you learned in the darkness is literally the precious treasure that you're bringing to other people. So whether it's through your art or your music or your new business ideas, these ideas that help other people. I say that because we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is what you gained through the shadows, through the darkness. And these treasures are ready to be shared with other people in a vulnerable way. We also have the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This is so amazing. That dark night of the soul made you confront your truth and your shadow. It's like even though in the darkness you couldn't see what was being created, like you came out into the light and it's like you're this most beautiful diamond is what I'm hearing. And now that you've changed, you've become so much more wiser through those dark situations that you went through. It just makes you that much wiser. And so now you're coming from a place of stability and you're here to like create something new. You came here to destroy in order to create something that's a lot more sturdy is what I'm hearing. And with the Wheel of Fortune showing here, Spirit showing me that this is a new timeline that you're stepping into. It's a timeline of authority and success, victory, because the thing that almost broke you was the thing that most awoke you. So we have resistance coming through, which is exactly what I was talking about in regards to the pearl. And so the oyster, what happens is that usually a grain of sand or something comes in that starts to disrupt the oyster on the inside. And so in order to protect itself, it has to like create this resistance within itself. And then what happens is that the pearl is created. I'm hearing that the curse was actually your blessing. Oh my God, bro, resistance to synergy. This whole reading, you're finally breaking out of the darkness. It's like you're finally in full blossom is what I'm hearing. It's like I'm seeing somebody who's been in the field and you've been tending to the crops, right? You're watering it daily, right? And like finally what happens is that the shoots are shown, okay? So you saw the evidence of this progress. And now it's time for you to gather all of the resources, gather all of the fruits of your labor and to present it to the world. The fruit is ripe for the taking is what I'm hearing. La Luna, bro. The time is nigh is what I'm hearing here. The moon. We've had the moon come through a lot in this reading. So I'm also hearing if you do journal, start writing down the moon phases and like what zodiac sign it's in just for you to get in tune with the energies, okay? With the collective energies. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the gospel. Like I said, the teacher and the student. You're here to be a prophet. You're here to be a teacher to other people. All of the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fit. This is the time period where you show up and show out. You got a message is what Spirit's saying with the gospel energy. But another message I'm hearing as well with the moon card coming through here, which represents the illusions and also things that are unseen. A lot of times when it comes to having to be vulnerable or like revealing your truth to people or putting your art out there, it could be as well. The thing that can kind of hold us back sometimes is that fear of ridicule or like wondering, well, how are people going to take this? So Spirit's calling you to set your ego aside, okay? And remember, you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing this for other people. I'm hearing that you are the light that somebody needs. Somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to hear your message. Okay, I want to read a small part of the synergy card in this book here, and it says, with intention and appropriate actions and conditions, the combined ingredients results in a stew that has an effect greater than the sum of its parts. So like I was saying, something about the duality. If you hadn't gone through that certain resistance, I'm hearing that the drought had a purpose because too much water can drown the seed. I'm hearing this energy that you couldn't have too much help. You had to learn on your own. You had to learn how to survive and be resilient. And I know that kind of sounds like counterintuitive, but if you hadn't learned on your own this way, it feels like there was a moment in your life where you felt like you didn't have any support. You literally felt isolated. But this literally developed you into the badass person that you are. I'm hearing that this path is not for the weak. And this is something that you finally understand. It's like sometimes we can get into these karmic debts in our life where it's like the universe kind of had to teach you a lesson in a way. That's why I said the curse was actually a blessing. And this is the deeper wisdom that you're finally realizing. And so with the La Luna card and the gospel, Spirit is saying that this is your time. The moon is in full-blown throttle. And now it's time for you to shine your light. And it's like all of the ingredients of your life, as effed up as it might have been, you literally wouldn't have that big boss energy that you have today. So you had to be the student right before you could be a teacher. Now you're stepping into a role of being that teacher, being that preacher. Spirit's saying, sing your song. Yes. I'm also hearing a message come through that sometimes it's going to go on deaf ears, and that's okay. It's like that parable in the Bible where Jesus was talking about like the seeds that are sown. Like sometimes the seeds are going to be sown and it's going to be sown into gravel, or the dust is going to pick the seeds up and blow them away. But sometimes it's like cast your net is what I'm hearing, because sometimes the seeds that are sown in the right conditions. So it's going to be the right place, the right time, the right people. And it's the time is literally the message with the moon card. I'm hearing that something's going to hit for you. Okay, something is going to hit for you. Just stay open and don't let the darkness or the pressures of life make you close yourself off. We have inspiration. In doing this and staying open, you become an inspiration to other people. You're stepping into a season of being a trendsetter is what I'm hearing, okay? You're the next up. That's what I'm hearing. You are the next up. We have love. Okay, so I'm hearing you're finally coming from a place of love. We have inspiration. We have love. I'm hearing love what you do. You're finally breathing life back into something that was once forgotten is what I'm hearing. Freedom. I'm hearing set the captives free. You're going to be freeing people with your truth, with your story, with your voice. We have strength coming through. We have courage, strength, and courage. So this is feeling like an empowering reassurance to you. It's time for you to be confident in your gifts. And at the bottom of the deck, we have transformation. Yes, so you have arrived. It's time for you to speak your truth with the truth energy at the bottom of the deck, okay? And so with the transformation and truth, you've gone through the transformation. So I'm hearing, why not you? You're ready. I'm hearing it's time. This is the time. You're ready to finally sing your song. Because in doing this, you're leading the others. We have abundance coming through. I told you you're coming full circle. In doing this, you're going to be abundant in this, abundant of resources, abundant of support. It says, from rags to riches, from strife to life. Her birthright to thrive, this was her right. So you're literally going from rags to riches. And we have unseen allies. So your spirit team, you're highly connected. Like I said, the path of the shaman. It says, alone and lost, but was not afraid. Her guardians whisper to show her the way. I'm hearing you're going to get rich by just being yourself. I'm definitely hearing something about like artistic expression for somebody. And we have Lilith. Of course she's showing here. You're finally stepping into your Black Moon Lilith energy and no longer feeling shame for your voice. It says, denied, rejected, and misunderstood. She stands in her power and embraces her truth. There's the word truth again, okay? And so you're finally, it's like you're admitting the truth to yourself. You're awakening to the full totality of yourself. And at the bottom of the deck, we have generational curses and milestones. This is amazing. So you came here to shake the gates. You came here to do things differently. And I'm going to say with the Lilith energy, Spirit saying, don't care what people think. Not everybody's going to be able to digest this. But you don't want to be digestible for everybody. I'm hearing that you're the movement. Affirm that down below. I'm the movement. But let's go ahead and get you some final advice. The Spirit, what final advice you have for my spiritual baddies who are watching today? Wow, yeah, it's totally Cancer energy. Oh my God. We have homecoming through. Come back home to yourself. Belonging, celebration, and stability. I'm definitely hearing a big message. Let people keep talking. Let people assume. Because especially as somebody who walks that path of the shadow, back to this Lilith card, she has a bunch of things that are written on her that people have said about her, typecast her. And you're shedding that illusion. You're shedding the old narrative that people placed upon you. And you're showing people that if you can do this, if you can overcome your darkness, anybody can. And that's what I'm saying. It's time for you to shine that light and be that walking inspiration for other people. And so finally, you're coming back home to yourself. Also, your home might be very much like significant in regards to your family. It's like you're bringing order to where you came from is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing your ancestors say, make us proud. Okay, so that's so beautiful. At the bottom of the deck, we have Alien Planet and it says, make yourself at home. There's double home energy, okay? I'm also hearing protect your home because right underneath that we have Succubus Cave, protect your energy. Okay, so this new timeline, Spirit is saying like protect your dream is what I'm hearing. Protect the dream. So this card says adaptability, change, and originality. All we have is now. So look, somebody's painting the walls over here. So like I said, you're bringing order to some sort of chaotic energies that's been in your life. And in doing this, you're finding success and standing in your position of authority and power. So you are the teacher, you are the guru, you are the prophet. And walk with that inner conviction and knowing. It's like I'm hearing you're the next Louis Hay, okay? You will be one of the greatest. So that's the reading I have for you, darling. I send you so much love and good luck. And comment down below. Let me know your story. What are your plans? What are you going to do? So if this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out. Until next time, you have a blessed and wonderful day. Ta-ta.